last class we completed pollination. So now I will discussing agents of pollination. Okay, now we will discussing agents of pollination. Agents of pollination. So what is the agents of pollination? Who is the agents? Agents is nothing but so the pollination, okay, transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma by pollinators, by the pollinators. Okay, who will pollinators here we will discuss it. Okay, so pollination by pollination by pollinators. Okay, pollination by pollinators. So generally these are called as agents of pollination. Agents of pollinators means agents. Okay, so we will discussing here two types of agents are there. Mainly there are two types of pollinating agents are there. First one it is abiotic agents, and here biotic agents. Okay, two types of agents of pollinations. Here biotic agents. Okay, here biotic is nothing but non-living. Okay, here non-living things. Okay, non-living. Here non-living. Okay, so non-living agents. Okay, non-living, sorry, here say living. Okay, it is so living, non-living. Another one it is here abiotic factors is nothing but non-living. Biotic factors is nothing but so living things. Okay, living. Okay, so these are living and these are non-living. Okay, agents. See here, first abiotic factors again they are divided into two types. One it is anemophilous. Anemophilic. Okay, anemophilic. Here anemophilic. One it is anemophilic. Okay, anemophilic. So anemophily is nothing but the pollination by here anemophily means wind pollination. Wind means air. The pollination by wind. Okay, so that's why it is called as anemophilic. Okay, anemophilic. Next another one is okay, so here it is nothing but hydrophilic. So hydrophily is nothing but what? Here water. Okay, water, it is also helps to the water. Okay, water helps to the pollination. Here winds helps to the pollination. These are the two types of pollination. Anemophily means the pollination by wind. That's why it is called as a anemophilous. Next, hydrophily. Hydro means water. Okay, so phily means so pollination. Okay, so here means anemophily. Anemo means so which one it is? So anemo means wind pollination. Hydrophily means water pollination. Okay, so water is also helps to the pollination. Water it is also helps to the pollination. Okay, so these two are we will discuss in the abiotic factors. Abiotic factors. Okay, so next one it is biotic factors. Here biotic factors mainly. Okay, so we will discussing biotic factors means so living means mainly animals. Okay, so animals. Okay, animals also it is helps to the pollination. Okay, for example if you see here so one it is insects, insect pollination. Next one is bats and flies, and also wasp pollination. So next one it is okay, bees. So next one it is another one it is okay, so butterflies. Butterflies. Okay, so these next one it is your butterflies. So next one it is okay, snails. Next one it is okay, so these are the ants. Next reptiles. Okay, so some large animals. Okay, rodents. Okay, another one it is rodents. Okay, rodents. So this is all are so help to the pollinators. This is all are pollinators. These are all are pollinators. Okay, so it is also helps to the pollination. It is also helps to the pollination. That's why they called as a pollinators. Pollinator means agents. So these are all helps to the. For example, if you see this is the so two plants with flowers are there. These are the flowers. Okay, so here what is there? Two flowers are there. These are the flowers. Okay, so the pollen grains will be transferring from. Okay, for example here what is there? Anther it is there. Okay, for example here what is there? So this is the carpel. Okay, stamen and carpels are there. Now pollen grains where to where it is transferred from here pollens are there. Some insects. Okay, insects are there. So this is all are transferring. Okay, from where to where it is? Anther to stigma. Okay, anther to stigma. So the pollen grains will be transferred by agents. Okay, transferred by agents. Okay, transferred by agents. Okay, so this type of pollinations is called as a biotic. Here involving in only biotic factors. Okay, all biotic factors. Biotic means living organisms also involving to help to the pollination, to help to the pollination. So that's why they called as these are all are called as pollinators. Agents is nothing but pollinators. Okay. So this is the agents of pollination. Agents of pollination is nothing but so the transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma by agents or pollinators is called as agents of pollination. Okay, someone will be transferring, here mediators are there, so that is transferring the pollen grains from anther to stigma. Okay, so these are called as agents or pollinators. Okay, mainly so the agents of pollination, they are divided into two types. One it is abiotic, another one it is biotic factors. So abiotic factors are nothing but non-living things. Okay, anemophily and hydrophily. Okay, anemophily is nothing but so the pollination by wind. Okay, wind it is there. No more here we will see in anemophilous flowers. Okay, anemophilous flowers means here see, for example, if you take maize. Okay, so maize plants if you take, okay, what happen, so the transferring, okay, which one it is, so pollen grains transfer from one flower to another flower by so wind, that is called as anemophilous flowers. Okay, mainly monocotyledons we will see. In hydrophily, for example, if you take example for hydrophily means hydrilla, okay, so hydrilla, vallisneria. Okay, so these are the examples. Okay, so these are the examples for which one it is, so hydrophily. Hydro means water. Okay, so the water is also helps the pollination. The pollen grains will be transferring from anther to stigma by water. That's why it is called as anemophily. Sorry, hydrophily. Anemophily is nothing but the pollen grains will be transferred from anther to stigma by wind, is called as anemophily. Okay. Next one is biotic factors. Okay, living and mainly animals. So these are all are so insects, bats and butterflies, wasps, bees. Okay, butterflies. Okay. Next snails and ants, reptiles, rodents. So this is all are abiotic factors. This is all helps to the pollination. This is called as pollinators. This is called as pollinators. Okay. So this type of pollination we will see in biotic. Okay, biotic. Okay. So this is all are so agents of pollination. Agents of pollination. So next we will discussing pole and pistil interaction. Next we will discussing pole and pistil interaction. So next, so we will discuss it. Pole and pistil interaction. Pole and pistil interaction. Pole and pistil interaction we will discussing. Okay. Here pole and pistil interaction is nothing but, okay. For example, if you see, this is the thalamus. Okay. This is the stag. Here what it is there, mainly This is the carpel. This is the carpel. Is nothing but carpel. Okay. So the transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma. Okay. So this is nothing but okay. This is the anther. The pollen grains here releasing when anther is mature, fully mature, pollen grains will be releasing. Okay. Pollen is releasing. So now here the pollens, the pistil, pollen pistil is interaction is nothing but the pollen is accepting, okay, recognizing. Which one it is recognizing? Pistil is recognizing, okay, whether it is the right type of pollen grain or wrong type of pollen grain. Okay, here mainly two processes are there. One it is so it based on the pollen recognition by the pistil. Okay, mainly two types it is there. Okay, pollen recognizes by pistil. Pollen recognized by pistil. Okay, so mainly one it is compatibility. It is nothing but a right type of pollen grain. Right type of pollen. Right type of pollen. So next one is incompatibility. Okay, incompatibility means what? Wrong type of pollen. Wrong type of pollen. Okay, so right type and wrong type of pollen grain. Okay, so now we will discussing that one. Okay, next here pollen recognized by pistil. So mainly there are two types: compatibility, incompatibility. See what is compatibility, what is incompatibility. We will discussing here. See here, the pollen grain will be transferred from anther to stigma. Then the pollen accepted by, which one it is? Pollen is accepted by pistil. Okay, so the pistil means pistil contain what is there? Stigma. Okay, this is the stigma. Okay, mainly the pollen is first falling on the stigma. It secreted some chemical substances. Okay, here some chemical substances is releasing. These chemical substances releasing, then what happened? The chemicals used, okay, chemicals used pollen, then pollen will germinate, here pollen will be germinate. Okay, here pollen will be germinated. Okay, so this stigma is releasing some sugar substances. These sugar substances, it is absorption. Which one it is? Pollen grain. So then the pollen grain will be pollen. Okay, the chemicals used. Okay, pollen grain. The pollen grain will germinate. Okay, the pollen grain will be germinated. Then what happened? The pollen tube will be formed. Here pollen tube will be germinated. It reaches to the style and finally it reaches to the ovary and here fertilization involved. Here this is the, which one it is? Ovule. In ovule region what happened? So it is entered. Okay, pollen tube will be entered. Then here fertilization is takes place. Okay, so this type of method is called as a compatibility. This method is called as a compatibility. Okay, compatibility means what? The pollen is falling on the stigma. Okay, so then it is secreted some chemical substances. So these chemical substances used by pollen grain. Then pollen grain used. Then pollen will be germinating. These substances utilizing and pollen will be germinate. Then the tube will be passing through the stylar tissues. Finally, it reaches to the ovary. Ovary to ovule. Then ovule fertilization takes place. So this type of pollen grain is called as a right type of pollen grain. Okay. So right type of pollen grain is nothing but compatibility. Okay. So compatibility. Okay. Understood the compatibility? Okay. I think you understood. So pollen grain will be falling on the stigma. Then stigma it secreted some chemical substances, nothing but sugar. This sugar utilizing pollen, the pollen will be germinated. Then the pollen tube will be reaches to the stylar tissue. Okay, this is the stylar tissue, and finally reaches to the ovule to the inner side synergids to egg cell. Okay, in egg cell and here inner side polar nucleate is there. Then fertilization takes place. Okay, so that's why this type of process completely pollen tube will be germinated. The pollen tube reaches to the egg cell. Then the pollen tube reaches to the ovule. In ovule, two male gametes, one male gamete fused with the egg cell, another male gamete fused with the secondary polar nuclei. So then it is then the fertilization takes place. This is called as a right type of pollen grain. Right type of pollen grain. Okay, another method it is. So this is the another method. So here this is the, see here ovule. Here pollen grains are there. Okay, this is the anther. So the pollen grains will be releasing. The pollen grains will be falling on the stigma, but it is here accepting. Okay, which one it is accepting? So stigma is accepting, pistil accepting. Okay, here so pistil where it is present? Pistil only present in flower. Okay, pistil contains three parts: stigma, style, and ovary. So now the pistil is accepting pollen grain. That's why it is called as a right type of pollen grain. Okay, here so the pollen grain is falling on the stigma, but it is not secreting any chemical substances. So it is not accepting. Okay, here no pollen germination. No pollen germination. No pollen germination. When no pollen germination, no formation of pollen tube. So now what happened? So there is no fertilization takes place. There is no fertilization. So this type of so it is pollen pistil interaction is nothing but incompatibility. Okay, it is a wrong type of pollen grain. Wrong type of pollen grain. Okay, wrong type and right type of pollen grains. Okay, so this is understood now, everyone. One it is pollen pistil interaction. The pollen is falling on the stigma. Okay, then pollen accepting. Okay, then it tube passing through the stylar tissue, it reaches to the embryo sac. So in embryo sac fertilization takes place. This is called as a compatibility. Okay, here pollen is falling, then the pollen is what happened? So it is not germinated. Okay, it is not germinated. When it is not germinated, pollen tube not passed through the stylar tissue. Okay, so then so there is no fertilization. This is called as a incompatibility or wrong type of pollen grain. Okay, incompatibility. Incompatibility means it is not compatibility in between the pollen and pistil. So no compatibility. Okay, if it is compatibility, it is there, then pollen tube will be passing. Here incompatible. Okay, incompatibility. So this is called as a pollen pistil interaction. Okay, pollen is accepting, pollen tube will be passed to reaches to the embryo sac. Here, so it is not germinated, it is not secreting any chemical substances. When it is chemical substance is not, then the pollen is not germinated. So there is no formation of pollen tube. So finally it is called as a incompatibility. Okay, it is called as a incompatibility. It is nothing but a wrong type of pollen grain. Okay, wrong type of pollen grain. So this is also we are observing. Okay, where we are observing this one. So you know pollen pistil interaction. I think you understood this one. So pollen will be germinated. It reaches to the embryo sac. It is a right type of pollen grain. It is compatibility. If it is pollen is falling but it is not germinated, it is called as a wrong type of pollen, that is called as a incompatibility. Okay. So next we will discussing double fertilization. So next one it is double fertilization. Here double fertilization. Here double fertilization. What is double fertilization? Two types of fertilizations. Two type of fertilizations takes place in embryo sac. In embryo sac of ovule. Embryo sac of ovule. Okay. Here fusion of two nucleus. Okay, mainly here we will discussing that nucleus everything. Here mainly two types of fertilizations takes place within the embryo sac. Two fertilizations. Okay, that's why it is called as a double fertilization. Okay, so first one it is we will discussing here. One it is syngamy. One it is syngamy. Next one it is triple fusion. Total two types of fertilizations. One it is syngamy, another one it is triple fusion. Okay. So what is syngamy? Syngamy is nothing but here one male gamete fused with one male gamete fused with one male gamete fused with egg cell. One male gamete. Here also male gamete is haploid. Only one set of chromosomes are there. So egg cell fused with egg cell. It is called as a syngamy. Okay, it is called as a syngamy. Here another male gamete. Other male gamete fused with polar nuclei. Fused with polar nuclei. So here n plus n, here n. Okay, total 3 nucleus will be fused, so that's why it is called as a triple fusion. Okay, triple fusion. Okay, so here we will discussing. So one male gamete fused with egg cell. So then it is also called as a syngamy. Okay, here it results. What it is producing? Zygote. Zygote is formed. So here what happened? 3 nuclei will be fused. It resulted so primary endosperm nuclei. It is called as a PEN. It is called as a PEN, primary endosperm nuclei. Okay, so now it is producing zygote and primary endosperm nuclei it is producing. Okay, see here in this diagram. So this is the ovule. Okay, so you think ovule with what is there? Embryo sac. This is called as a embryo sac. The embryo sac with the antipodal cells. These are the antipodal cells. These are the central cell, and here synergids, and this is called as a egg cell. Okay, here egg cell it is there. This is the filiform apparatus. This is all egg cells. So now see here pollen tube will be, this is the pollen grain. This is the pollen grain. The pollen grain, this is the pollen grain. So the pollen grain it is producing 2 male gametes. Okay, these two called as a male gametes. One male gamete is fused with egg cell. This is the one male gamete is fused with egg cell. Okay, generally the pollen tube how it is entered? First it is entered into through the synergids of cytoplasma. When it is entered, these two will be degenerated. Okay, which one it is? So these synergids will be degenerated. Okay, so this is all are degenerated. Once fertilization takes place, what happen? It will be degenerated synergids. Synergids will be degenerated. Okay. So now then what happened? Here the pollen tube will be reaches, and it is finally, so it is fused with egg cell. Okay, the male gamete is fused with the egg cell. Like this is only, you think like this. Okay, this is the one male gamete is fused. One male gamete is fused here. Okay, so now what happened here? Zygote is formed. Okay, zygote is formed. So next another male gamete it is so fused with, this is the another male gamete. Here only one male gamete is fused. So next male gamete it is entered into, it is fused. Okay, directly I will write like this. Fused with another male gamete. Here one male gamete is fused with secondary nuclei. Total how many nuclei are fused? 3 nuclei. So this is called as a triple fusion. Okay. Now it is produced primary endosperm nuclei. Okay. After fertilization, so this antipodals also degenerated. antipodal cells degenerated okay, here see degenerated. Here the antipodal cells are also degenerated. Okay, antipodal cells are degenerated. One male gamete fused with egg cell to form a zygote. Another male gamete fused with so here what cells? Okay, polar nuclei. Okay, here how many nuclei are fused already? Egg cell contain one nuclei, it is there. So here male gamete with one nuclei, total two nuclei. So now zygote, it is a diploid zygote. Here how many nuclei are fused? Total here n plus n, and before just fertilization both nuclei will be fused. Then total three nuclei, no? So that's why it is a triploid condition. Okay, triploid condition. So now the primary endosperm developed into, okay, so the primary endosperm nuclei developed into endosperm. Okay, endosperm. This is the endosperm. So now the endosperm utilizing, which one it is? Zygote utilizing. Okay, the endosperm utilizing. Okay, endosperm utilizing. Then zygote developed into the embryo. Zygote developed into the embryo. So this process takes place in double fertilization. Two types of fertilization takes place within the embryo sac. Syngamy, one male gamete is fused with the egg cell. So here how many nuclei are there? One, two. Total zygote, it is a diploid. So next what happened? One male gamete is fused with secondary polar nuclei. Okay, or polar nuclei. Okay, total how many? One, no? Here 1, 2, 3, total 3. So this is primary endosperm nuclei. It is a triploid condition. Okay, triploid condition. So next one it is here. So what we are discussing? One it is syngamy, other one is triple fusion. Okay, so these two fertilizations take place within the embryo sac. One male gamete fused with egg cell, another male gamete with secondary polar nuclei. Primary endosperm nuclei it is producing, then it is converted into the endosperm. The endosperm utilizing zygote, zygote developed into the embryo. So like this, so this process takes place in double fertilization. Here mainly antipodal cells, synergids and filiform operators will be once prolactin entered. So gradually the which one it is antipodal cells and synergids will be degenerating. So this is called as a double fertilization. Okay.